Good morning, this is George with Shep the German Shepherds. Today we have Shep. Shep is a leash puller, and so we wanted to do this video here and just show the basics of preventing a dog from pulling on the leash. And so basically what we're going to be dealing with is just the two things that will really go a long way to accomplishing that, which is the tool that we're going to be using here, the pinch collar, okay, and then also the technique. The technique I'll show you in a moment, which is simply keeping my hands behind my back, not letting Shep get out in front of me. I'm leading him, he's following me. Whereas in the case with the leash puller is way out in front, and he's not only out in front, he's pulling you. So we have to cap that behavior there. We have to have the dog not doing that. And so the pinch collar, I have said in the previous video, is very effective. It's not harmful to the dog at all, whereas the choke collar can be harmful. A harness is good. Totally will not harm the dog in any way, of course, but it simply is not as effective as the pinch collar, because what you have to do basically is establish who's the boss, right? Who's in charge. And so the pinch collar goes a long way to bringing that about. And it's very humane. It gives him a pinch, not a big deal. He will stop right away, or she will stop right away from pulling or whatever other things that they may be doing. So very basic things there, but very necessary, of course, and that's what we want to show in this video here, because it can be a problem if you stop, you're walking up and down the block, well, even if there's nobody, no neighbor with their dog, it can be a problem just you trying to walk your dog and it's pulling on your arm, rushing off to a tree to do its business there, which in one sense is natural, that it has to do its business, but it doesn't have to be yanking your arm. So whether it's something like that, or maybe there is a neighbor walking his or her dog too, you don't need your dog yanking your arm to run after the other dog. And so the heel goes a long way. As a matter of fact, it addresses the whole issue there of the leash pulling. And so this is the thing here that we're showing you in the video, and these various scenarios, right? And the other scenario I think of is when you bring your dog to the pet store, or to Home Depot or Lowe's, or over here we have a farm store, Tractor Supply, here in southeast Pennsylvania, and you can bring your dog as long as it's leashed. Well, if you have a dog that's a leash puller, it's not a pleasant experience when you go to these different places. You want to bring your dog and let everyone see your dog, and you see other dogs, and it's a nice experience, right? It's a nice experience for your dog and for you and for other people. And so I understand that sometimes people can be very busy, and even the most basic thing here of preventing leash pulling, especially with a 90-pound dog like Shep is, and teaching the dog can become frustrating. So it's very simple. It's very readily accomplished. You get yourself a pinch collar. You use this technique that I'm showing you. Today is the third day of sessions. This is the 6th session that I'm having with Shep. Actually, right from the first session, he knew sit and down, and so his owners had showed him some things there, but the leash pulling, the excitement, he's just a young dog still, was not really addressed. And so he picked it up very quickly when I put the pinch collar on him, and I employed the method of giving it a little snap. I'm exaggerating to show you. It's just really a little snap on the pinch collar when he gets ahead of you, and he gets the idea right away. It's not painful or harmful. It's not inhumane. So I just don't want to even entertain any of that, because it is none of that. And so it's very, very good for your dog that he knows his place. It's not, you being over dominating on the dog. It's just having a pleasant experience with the dog, and it's much better for the dog. They know their place, and they're not going to get stressed out. look how calm he is. He knows that we're going to do training, or we've actually been doing a little bit of this morning and the last few days. Look how calm he is. He couldn't be more natural. But the first time, he was jumping all over the place, and he didn't know what to expect, and he didn't really, he had not been exposed to any degree to what we were going to be doing. And of course, he doesn't live here with me. He's one of my customers' dogs, and so there's a lot of things that were tending to stress him out. So now he's been here a few days. We've been doing the routine for a few days, and you can see how calm he is. He's not pulling and running anywhere. And so, of course, I'm saying that to you to say that when you have your own dog in your own home in a familiar environment there, it's very easy to accomplish what we are setting out to teach you here in the video, which is simply to not have your dog pull as you're walking him or her on the leash. And so here, let's go and we'll do a little back and forth, and I'll make sure I show you. You see right away I have my hands behind my back. When I start to go, I'm ahead of Shep, he's not ahead of me. So yeah, let's go back and forth a little. Shep, heel, heel. Good boy, Shep. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. Heel. Good. He's looking to my hands for a treat, but actually I ran out of treats. And so we'll just finish the routine without them. What do you got, Shep? Come on. Good boy. Heel. Good. Good boy. Stay. Sit. So I ran out of treats, but we've been doing enough where he's gonna anticipate he's gonna get one, so he's gonna pay attention to me. The thing is that the technique there of keeping your hands behind your back, and of course the pinch collar, the tool, those are big time necessary in as well. The pinch collar is very necessary in any training, and then the technique in this case of keeping your hands behind your back is very necessary. Come, Shep, good boy. Sit, sit, down, down, good boy, stay. So, by the way, that's the next thing I'm going to work with him on the stay. Once I put him in the sit or a down, I want him to stay, because the stay, now that I have him not pulling, now I have him totally waiting in a stay for me to say what's next. And so if you're at the store, walking down the block, you want to talk to somebody, put him in the sit, and he's going to sit there until you release him from the sit. So all very practical and very helpful and very good for the dog to know these basic things there. So I hope this video is helpful. Again, it's George with Watchman German Shepherds. Thank you for your viewership, for subscribing and sharing and liking. If you have any questions, you can visit the website, watchmangsd.com. You can see many beautiful dogs that we have bred, Shep being one of them. He is a great dog, by the way.